Aging infrastructure. It's a common problem for cities and counties all across the state. The decay often leads to other issues if it's not fixed in a timely manner. Our Quentin Smith speaks with an engineer about this problem. And Quentin, this is a problem that the state has been facing for a while.
Absolutely, Scott. There are more infrastructure needs than money, and that's the big problem. The cost is usually in the millions, and as you can imagine, many places just don't have the type of money available. So what they'll do is they'll use and rely on the old infrastructure until they can find new money to replace it. Whether it's a cracked road, a decaying bridge, or a backed up sewer and drainage system, aging infrastructure comes in many forms and can cause a variety of problems.
So obviously everybody's familiar and joke about the potholes in the street because while they're at the surface, they're the most visible. But we've heard all the issues of bad drinking water and the illnesses it can cause, sewage that comes out in the street in the heavy rain.
City of Columbus engineer Kevin Stafford says it's common for municipalities to rely on infrastructure that may be past its life expectancy.
Some utilities may last 10, 15 years, such as a roadway, whereas water and sewer may last 15, 20, 40 years, depending on how it's put in. Drainage could last anywhere from 20, 40 to 50, 60 years, depending on how it's put in and what materials are used. So everything's kind of going at its own pace, has its own different cost, is managed a lot of times by different entities.
But as the utilities continue to crumble, many places are left with a decision: rely on what's in place or begin looking to replace it.
And there's ways to fix every one of them, and there's not always one way to fix it. There's multiple ways. Sometimes you get what you pay for in infrastructure, so a lot of people like to patch things to save a little money, but they may be right back fixing it here a few weeks later or a few months later, depending on what you're talking about, which infrastructure.
However, Stafford admits replacement is expensive and can sometimes put a financial strain on many cities.
Infrastructure is not getting better, and that's because of the funding factor. It's not there. Our population is growing at a rate that it can't keep up with the infrastructure demands, and so whereas the money that's provided for infrastructure really hasn't increased.
Stafford says in Columbus, city leaders carefully pick which projects need repairing the most. Then they'll begin looking for ways to make their dollars stretch to cover that problem.
There's a lot of different grants that are out there, and no two grants the same. So some may fund streets, whereas drainage, for instance, is one avenue that has very little funding, whereas there's a lot of funding and loan programs for drinking water and sewer and streets. Now, many residents and statewide leaders have been advocating for lawmakers to put more money towards fixing the roads here in the state. With the addition of the state lottery, $80 million gross from the lottery will go towards the state's highway fund. Reporting live in Columbus, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.